Hello guys, and I'm after hitting F11, making it full screen, but who cares. So, this is going to be what I'm going to call part 2 of Gelvin Valley review. And why am I having a part 2 of the review? Because I was talking to the maker, and he's a really nice guy. And I had one question for him, and that was where was the seeds, because I couldn't find them anywhere. And he answered that, and he said, if you have any more problems, there is a user's guide in the zip file, so that's what we're going to be looking at today. So there will be no in-game footage, so if you're looking for views of the map, check out part 1, which is just Gelvin Valley review. So what you'll need to do is you will need to find your zip file. If you're just after download it, it will be in downloads, but for me it's in my mods folder, which is in the Farming Simulator folder, which is in my games, which is in my documents, and you can surely find it from there. So you will need to find Gelvin Valley. You will need to have an unzipping program. I am using Ultimate Unzip, or Ultimate Elite Unzip, and you will need to decompress it somehow. And I have already done. I should have 4 now because of attempted videos, and it's down here at the bottom. So you want to go into it, and you want to look for the file Gelvin Valley users guide.pdf. You'll want to open it up. Mine just automatically uses Microsoft Edge, but any internet browser should do it, I think, and it will just generally open up automatically. So, and it will say welcome to Gelvin Valley 15, and you will have this. You will need to then scroll down, and you will have a storyline here. So you will have inherited its farm from your grandfather and all of its debts, and so on and so forth. And you have 5 farms at your disposal: a dairy farm, a sheep farm, a free-range egg farm, which isn't really a farm in my opinion, a beef farm, and a pig farm. And good luck. And then it goes on talking more about, I believe, the land and the people and the fields and stuff. So read that if you're interested in the story of a map. I'm not particularly interested. So points of interest. You have 30 points of interest, I believe. Where did I see 30? 25, 28, 29, 30. Yes, 30 points of interest. That's a hell of a lot of points of interest. And they are generally interesting. So point 1 is the main farm, and you can read in here. So point 3 will be the sugar beets, 2 will be the potatoes, what's 6 for the farm, what? For the farm at this location. Okay, so anyway, it just goes through what's on this particular point of interest. So it is the main farm. It has your sugar beets and your potatoes and your cows and a slurry pit, I'm going to call it, silage pit, and grain storage. So it goes through everything on that map. So in this PDF there's every bit of information you will need. So if you want to read it off of this video, have your finger on the button to pause it. So I'm just going to enlarge it a small bit more so you can see it better. So point 2 is the beef farm, which has silage pits, a beef shed, and points to put in water, I believe. I haven't seen it actually though. And grain, and probably a root crop as well. Point 3 is the sheep farm, which is there. Point 4 is the sheep feeding area, so which is actually quite a journey away from the sheep farm itself, which is quite strange, so it's good that you put it in there. Point 5 is the pig farm, and there it is. And point 6 is the Gelvin biogas, there you go. 7 is the vehicle shop. Interesting fact, the sell point is around the back, and to sell a vehicle for 20% extra monies, you go over here, and just at the back door here there is the trigger to sell the tractor or vehicle or whatever. Wood chip storage is point 8, which is up the back of the store, so the store will be located somewhere over there, down there. So it's in a really weird area, so keep that in mind. And number 9 is the Gelvin radio tower, which I have yet to see and I should re-see it. Number 10 is the beach. 11 is the garden center, which is notably the only place where you can buy seeds and fertilizer that I know of. And yeah, I would recommend placeable seeds or seed trailer. 1 point is a small bit too little for this map, to be fair. Next up is how would you pronounce that? Rut Ledge. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. It is the chicken farm, free range egg farm, chicken farm, whatever. And for some reason, it has a silage pit, which I have no story before from reading this before, which is really strange. I don't know, do you feed the chickens or not? And then is the next is the wool cell point at 13. The northeast hill, the 2 towers. Must check that out. The livestock sell point. I'm just going to refer to it as a mart. The livestock dun farm. Okay, so this is a point where you can sell bales of hay and straw at the mart. So it's a sell point for hay and straw. And Dunfarm Town, say no more. Okay. Dunfermline Town, I pronounced it wrong. Dunfermline Town. The farm shop and the town merchants. So interesting point. If you're using soil mod, all of your fertilizers and sprays are back there. I don't use soil mod, so don't know much about it. Next is the garage and recovery center. So when you reset a vehicle, this is where your vehicles will go. Gelvin bio oil, just a sell point for canola. Yep, just a sell point for canola, I believe. The Gelvin sawmill, well, for logs, of course. The dairy, where the milk tanker goes. I've never seen it moving though, as of yet, anyway. Denny's farm. So there are 2, I think, maybe 3 farms on the map that aren't yours, we'll say. So this is a local. Sorry, this is a local neighbouring farm. So they raise pigs here, and they will buy particular things off of you, such as wheat, barley, potatoes, sugar beets, and maize. So they have a good surplus of straw, so they don't want to do any of that, nor hay either. Some Northern Irish for you may well remember Ding Dong Dinnies, or the Crotchtown Sizzle. Okay, so they can only take so much, I think. I was mentioned somewhere before. So it's not an unlimited sell point. They have a storage, and once that storage is full, it will go down slowly, and you can put it in slowly, or you can wait till it's all gone and put it in quickly again. So if there's a great demand there, you can't just like dump a whole pile in there or something. The inn, which is just another sell point for wheat, barley, and potatoes. So Josh's and Luke's Formula Golf. This is an old racetrack. It used to have golf carts in the 2013 version. Feel free to relax in where you can get on here. So I've actually never seen it. So 0.25, point of interest. Okay. The East Hills Biomass Energy. So you can sell wood chips here, of course. AA Stables. You can sell barley, maize, sugar beets here. So another sell point. And Banhurst Lake campsite. So campsite. Gelvin's sandy stones. What? My reading is terrible today. Gelvin standing stones. Oh, okay. I know them now. You're down the bottom of the map, so it's like Stonehenge a bit. And Old Joe's farm, so this is like Denny's farm. So this fellow takes silage, hay, and straw bales, and also has a limited storage, so you can't just like dump eternally in there. And then here are some mods which the map maker recommends you use, or perhaps you might like to use, not recommends. So the soil mod and the growth control. So these are handy mods if you're interested in all that stuff, and if you don't know what they are, they basically make it as hard as hell to grow crops because you have to make sure the soil has the right pH and right nutrients for a particular type of crop. It's not particularly my style because I like to play quite quickly, to be honest. And then the placeable heaps, which is a heap you can buy in a store, place it down somewhere, and then you can tip a load of stuff into it, such as barley, wheat, maize, dung, manure, anything solid basically, and pick it up at a later stage. So if, for instance, the manure builds up very quickly inside the cattle shed, and it's very handy to just place one of them in the manure area and tip some manure in there because it gets full really quickly. The AAA, excuse me, Universal Processing Kit, not available on FSUK, is needed for the placeable heaps to work. I don't know why, that's just one. The OEB livestock shredder, this is needed for pigs or beef to send them to the mart so that you can actually make money off them. You cannot sell them, you can't make money off them, you can still multiply them, of course, they will work. Like that if you just want to say, oh yeah, I have, I don't know how many pigs and cows, beef cows. And the ZZZ feed bale, aka bale feed mod. I actually don't know what that mod does. A handy mod if you wish to feed your animals with hay or bed them with straw manually from the bales. So I actually don't know what that mod does, but all the links are there, I think, except for that one. So the links are there. If you want to get them mods, go and get them. I've heard of 3 of them, and they're all very reputable. So yeah, if you're interested in any of them, go get them. And oh, extra info, yay! So there are 56 fields on the map. Biggest is 11.83, the smallest is 0.4, and they are priced according to how flat and easy to farm. They are ranked through 6 different levels of flatness. The flattest and easiest to farm are 40,000 a hectare, through the roughest to farm at 8,000 hectares. You start off with 18 fields, which in his opinion, they're all there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 17, 19, 20, 25, 26, 32, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 49, and in his opinion they're the worst fields in the map. Yes, here it says it, are the 18 worst fields in the map, and there they are, dotted around in green. And you have them because you are in debt. You possibly sold a lot of those fields to try and get out of debt because they were the most valuable, and because they're flatter and bigger and easier to farm. But that is it. Oh yes, while driving around the scenic valley, please be aware that there are certain roads farm vehicles are not permitted on, so keep an eye out for signs at your own risk. So there are these signs at the on some roads for reasons of, well, you'll see when you have the map. Some of the fields in this map will be difficult to harvest because the harvester will get grounded, it's sharp and whatever, it's steep. So you may have to put grass on them or even forestry because they are too steep. I haven't met a field that is too steep yet, but I haven't looked around the whole pile. And he goes on, if you really are intent on farming them, not through forestry or grass, you can use B to cut power from the machine, or just harvest across or down the field. And then he tells you do silage or forestry if you can't do that still. And sell prices are quite low on the map, he says. He does that. I don't know why he does that. So let's read it. Sure. Sell prices are considerably lower than most maps, but baling hay will turn a profit as I left hay and straw prices as is. If anyone feels the prices are too tough, don't forget that normal mode doubles them. So if you are finding it too tough on hard mode, you can always go back to normal or maybe even easy. I always play on easy because it takes too long. I just get sick of the map 99% of the time. If you want to change the mode of the map mid-game so you don't have to start again, you need to go into the XML credits. So there are the credits to all the peoples. I haven't actually seen this. Interesting. Silent my credits. Very good, very good. So if you actually want to change the hardness of the game, difficulty of the game, mid-game, what you need to do is you need to go into the XML, and I believe it's called, let me do it really quickly. So farming simulator. So you need to go into save game, like so, open, and you need to go into save game XML, and you need to open with, sorry now I'm a bit rusty, I use WordPad, yes, or not, I don't use WordPad, I use, which is comes standard in any computer, Notepad, my bad. You can also download Notepad++, and you will need to go through here and find where it says let me see now, can I find it quickly if I can? Difficulty, there we go. So difficulty 2, so that's normal. Difficulty 1 I believe is hard, and difficulty 3 is easy, and if you put in difficulty 0 or 4, that I don't actually know what that'll do. I don't think it will affect it. It will just not probably load. So you just need to scroll over a small bit, and you'll find that it will be in the exact same place for you, depending on what screen you're on. And you just need to change that to, we'll say 1. I won't be using the save again anymore, and then you can close it and save, and your game will be automatically changed. So that is how you change it if you are finding a hard time on Gelvin Valley. The link of which is in the description below. So if you want to get the map, go through that link, and I'll bring you straight through to FSUK link, which is perfectly safe, and yep, and you should know how to install a mod. So thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you do like this video, check out my Gelvin Valley Let's Play over this map. So until then, bye guys.